What's up, Dub Nation? And I'm Rich at Let's Go Warriors again. I'm here to break down the most key plays and moments in the loss to OKC just the other night. I did another video examining the last second buzzer beater three that put it into overtime by Chet Holmgren. So that I would put also as one of the critical moments in the game, but we already discussed that. There are actually two other ones that I found, and the first one is really just a stretch of possessions that didn't go well, and I'm going to agree with this guy right here. My guy Steve went on the podium and said there was a sequence in the third quarter where we turned the ball over four straight times. Actually, it was three straight times. And then we gave up a dunk to Chet on a PNR. So let's go ahead and take a close look at that without further ado. I'm going to switch the screen over to my video analysis window. And let's start at the beginning on this one. So here we begin three straight turnovers, and that's always going to kill you. Uh, the 14-point lead then became only 10, so it really was only a -4. Then the PNR problem with JK, as I mentioned, made it really -6, but that's kind of all you need. Just as Steve said on the podium, all you need is a couple layups and a dunk, and now you're feeling really good about yourself. Guess what happened after that? Shea Gilgeous-Alexander, three-pointer. You know, he doesn't even really shoot threes, and so now he's feeling juiced, had a layup. I know JK ended up blocking on a chase down block, one of his turnovers, one of his own turnovers. But I think he blocked, what was it, Isaiah Joe from behind. Brilliant athletic play, but still. Let's run through the tape. JK's going to get the ball, high post, and then he's going to spot Moody in the corner, but then he's telegraphing that, and there's really no way to thread that through. You're just going to have to go right back to Dario, and it's not a bad idea to go to Dario. So let's play this. CJK, he sees Moody, but instead throws the ball right to Shea. Probably should have gone to Dario. And then you got the tic-tac-toe of sorts. So then Shea goes, and it's a layup. They score. Next play, pretty much same sequence. Yep, that's Wardell. Wardell with the AAU turnover. Unfortunately, he's usually involved in these strings of brain farts, and he just gets into trouble. We've seen him do this before. As I step through this, wish I could slow-mo it for you. My bad. I'll figure out a way next time. This is my first X's and O's doing it this way. And he jumps and he wants to hit Dario, but it's like there's just too many people and you're underestimating the length. You shouldn't be underestimating the length of Chet, but you are. And it goes to the other team, basically. They run out for another layup. Next play. JK, same spot, and just miscommunication with Dario, expecting Dario to cut right into that space. But I mean, you've got to do a better pass than that. This is stuff, as I say on our live streams, that you're supposed to only see at the AAU level, not the NBA championship contending level. And so I just don't know if you can blame a pass like that goes straight to the other team. Now, granted, Kuminga ran back and blocked. I think this is Isaiah Joe. Correct me if I'm wrong. All right. But you can't be doing that. And that's where I go back to, why is everyone blaming Steve all the time? There's plenty of blame to go around. And it's just unfair to just point at one guy and say, it's all your fault. You know, the blame goes around. And one of the key moments was our GOAT, Steph Curry, showing his worst, which is the jump pass that goes nowhere. All right, let's move ahead though, because the next one is one no one's talking about. Shea gets so easily, I can't play the whole video right there for you because of you can't really play highlights on YouTube, but this is some poor pick and roll defense that leads to Chet rolling. It's somewhat of miscommunication, but it's really JK just having poor point of attack defense on Shea. And Chet just rolls easily to the bucket and gets a dunk. And now the whole team is juiced. And after this, as I said, Shea hit a three-pointer, which isn't really his forte. So let's slip through this one more time. Watch JK's right foot. Just like I said in the Wiggins analysis of the Chet Holmgren buzzer beater, why are you jabbing out at a guy that's going to cut right by you? You're just helping him by jabbing. But we have this, I don't know what it is, addiction to jabbing on defense. I don't know what it is. We've seen JK do this before. So he's going to watch his right foot. There he is. He's just jabbed right there while Shea is going that way. Bye-bye. There's no way you can catch up to that. Dario doesn't know what to do because you've just been burnt. So I'm covering two guys right now. By the way, Moody does this with his fists, which I believe means pick and roll. Someone researched that for me. And yet he notices it, but he doesn't step up over here. So a little bit of the blame goes to Moses, unfortunately. Look at that. So he does not cover the ground in time for this. Again, I can't play the whole clip. All right. So what's the common denominator? The common denominator actually isn't Steve Kerr. It's the fact that we don't have Draymond or GP2 on the floor. In this case, more specifically, probably GP2 in there, in the rotation of the 1.5 unit. I can't really call this the second unit. I guess you could. Steph's in there. So maybe you have these five guys out there anyways. So then teach JK not to lunge out on the point of attack guy. Moses isn't great at point of attack either. The only guy we really have who's good at point of attack is Gary Payton and Draymond, obviously. All right. Now let's go to overtime. Oh boy. First play. Wow. Did you see that? Did you see that? Steph Curry throws up his arms in frustration. Let's see this one more time. He threw up his arms in frustration. So earlier in the play, this is kind of a tough clip to clip for you guys just because of what the footage that we have, but Wiggins sets a pretty good pick. Credit Lou Dort, physical defender on the cuts. I love Lou Dort. Looney looks at him. He wants to go to Steph. Lou's right there. Good job, Lou. But then he turns away. He gives up on Steph. It doesn't even end up being a handoff. He wanted to pass to Steph. Lou was there. Probably could have gotten it to him. I mean, Looney gave up on it. So then we go to Clay. It goes to CP. It's late in the shot clock. And the play ends up with Wiggins having to force a shot on the baseline over here. Guess who's not in there to do the handoff? Draymond Green isn't in there to do the handoff. And the crazy thing is Steph throws up his hands like this. Oh my gosh. Now, I really don't think he's throwing up his hands against Lou Dort here. I really do think it's exasperation. I could be wrong, but I get it. I get it, Steph. I know how you feel on that one. Guess what? That's with 2:19 left. We're only down 2, and we have another shot at it because we actually stopped them the next time down. And here with 2:10 to go, or is this later? I don't have all of my exact uh, bearings on this particular play. My bad. It could be just the same possession. I just have these clips strewn together. But again, Looney does not hand it off to Steph. So all the outraged people on social media that said, get the ball to Steph, Steve. I mean, Kerr pretty much got the ball to someone who's going to give the ball to Steph. Normally it's Draymond. And this is not to throw Looney under the bus either. I mean, normally this is Draymond, right? And Steph isn't the guy in the huddle to go, Looney, give me the ball. I demand the ball, right? It's just a feel. Steve has told me one-on-one before at a morning shoot around that they don't really run that many plays. It's all just read and react. So they have maybe 1, 2, 3 basic sets. It was actually a question back in 2022, actually winter 2021, when I asked them about Bjelica and how Bjelica is fitting into the team. But anyways, Looney goes away from him again. Credit Lou Dort. Credit him. This is, put these clips into the database, the Wikipedia of how to guard Steph off the ball. That's how you do it. But I tell you what, Draymond gets the ball to Steph one way or another. And then we end up with going to Wiggs with 3.9 on the shot clock. And, it's another miss. So those are the critical moments in the game that, along with the Chet Holmgren 3-pointer at the buzzer, that really did us in that night. But there are plenty of good things that we did that I didn't include in this video. So don't forget about that. And I feel like we really made some strides that game. And we have a lot to clean up. And we're going to have to clean those up until Draymond gets back. And it is what it is, right, guys? So stay positive out there. Don't pay attention to what they're saying on Twitter, because all of it is just outrage, and they don't go to the film to point these things out. And that's unfortunate. I still think that we are in a state of abundance. I still really love this team. I still think it's got one of the best chances to make a run for the championship. We just don't have all 3 legs of the stool right now. And I wrote about that on our website. I'll put the link in the description. But thanks for watching. That's all I got for this game. And hopefully you like this. I've noticed lately in the comments that there's been a lot of good erudite, I like to call it, discussion with high IQ basketball minds who are also Warriors fans. And I think we're carving out a little niche out there on the internet where these types of people and the people, you don't even have to be high IQ. You just have to be a positive person that wants to root for the team. We're becoming a safe haven for that. And the only way to keep growing this safe haven, this community, this sort of subset community, is to really just physically share this video and tell people about it, because I think a lot of them have given up on the internet and they don't want to touch it. Like, Twitter is so negative that they don't even want to touch it. But hey, there's this new place, Let's Go Warriors on YouTube. Thanks, everybody. Just us. I'll see you tonight for Dylan Brooks versus Steph Curry, part 2.